Welcome, it's Alex here, and today we're gonna be taking a look at this new Marvel Legends from the Retro Spidey collection, William Baker, better known as Sandman. We have Sandman right here inside the packaging. We have Sandman's animated appearance right here, and then it says Marvel Comics Spider-Man right here on the top, and then another Sandman product shot right here at the back. And this quick bio saying a massive dose of radiation bonds petty criminal William Baker's body to sand, creating a massive threat to Spider-Man. And now let's get this thing open. Alright, and here we have Sandman out of his packaging, and while the size of this Sandman is up for debate because of how massively hulking the previous Build-A-Figure Sandman was, which I don't have, I'm still cool with it because I couldn't afford the price of the Build-A-Figure Sandman. This smaller stature Legends figure for Sandman is using the same body mold that I have seen from the Netflix Luke Cage and Hydro Man, which I do not have both as well, so this will be the first time that I'm gonna be handling this mold. And so far, the paint deco on mine is clean enough and haven't found any major issues to annoy me so far. However, it is worth noting that the forearms are obviously molded in green plastic similar to his sleeves from the upper part of the forearm, because you can see, or you can almost see the bleeding if you look closely, but again, not really a big deal as it won't be noticeable from afar. Looking closely at the default head, I guess he and Norman Osborn goes to the same barber because of the matching hairstyles. And what's more funny for me, it seems, is that the facial expression of the default head and this one has been swapped, because the blank expression for me is more befitting the normal head, whereas the angry expression is more suitable for when he is in conflict. The stripes on his shirt for the most part is sharply applied, so no fuzzy lines so far, which is a very good plus for this figure. And then I really like the texture application for his pants as well, which adds to a more premium vibe for the figure. And then his boots are very much like Sandman, I love that. Oh, and I did notice that his elbows are using the pinless tech as opposed to his knees, which are still using the conventional pin joints. No peg holes at the back, but it does have at the bottom of his feet. Now going to Sandman's accessories, we do have his pair of sand sleeves, a sand mace and sand knuckle, and then his expressionless sand head. The execution for replicating the sand is very well done for these accessories. Let me put these things onto Sandman real quick just so y'all could see. And here's how Sandman looks like with his sand powers on, but more on that later for the photo gallery right before the end of this video. By the way, these things doesn't have any hinging, plus they are very thin, so be very careful with that. Now going to Sandman's articulation, he still got your standard Marvel Legends articulation, where his head can look up, can look down, his head rotates, tilts side to side, his arms can rotate, can raise this high, has a bicep swivels, double jointed pinless elbows that can bend really far, hands can hinge up and down as well as rotates, his ab crunches forward only this far, crunches back that much, has a waist twist. Sandman can split this far, can kick back a bit, can kick forward, thigh swivels, double jointed elbows, no rotation at the ankle right there, but his foot can hinge forward and back just a tiny bit, and has a forward facing ankle rockers. And for height size comparison, Sandman stands at a little over 6.5 inches. And here he is with the rest of the Team Green Sinister 6, which technically I only have 5. But if you really wanted to complete the Team Green, then let's add Prowler for now as a temporary member. Only until probably be able to get Doc Ock, Scorpion Rhino, and or Kraven the Hunter. And I can almost cry seeing them almost complete because I only started humbly with Mysterio and now I have 5 members of the Sinister Six in my Spidey Villains collection. And now we're gonna be closing the video like this because I wanna bask in the glorious moment of seeing them partially complete all in one place. So what I liked about this figure, why the hell would I hate it? It's Sandman, another freaking Sinister Six member to my collection. Yes, he may not be as bulky as the Build-A-Figure Sandman, but is still bulky enough for me being in a bulkier body mold. So if the scale is mostly what's bothering you, I guess it all falls down to your own preference and whether or not you'd be able to afford the Build-A-Figure. And then the accessories, he may not have the half body replacement like the Marvel Select version does, but the offering here in Legends is plenty enough for me, plus I prefer the functionality of the articulation here compared to the Select version. Now going to what I hate about this figure, there's nothing really aside from a minor nitpick, which is the thin pegs for his Sand Mace and Sand Fist, which could possibly be prone to breaking, but let's hope that isn't the case. But aside from that, I'm all good for this Sandman. And for the final remarks, this offering may or may not bring down the price of the Build-A-Figure Sandman, but we will see in the coming months or years. It could be that a lot of collectors will still decide to stick and keep their Build-A-Figure Sandman. Additionally, now that we have 4 modern offerings of Sandman, which are the Marvel Select version, Raft Box Set Sandman, Build-A-Figure Sandman, and this one, aside from those older toy-based ones, it'll all boil down to whichever Sandman do you prefer and can afford. Still a highly recommended purchase for me for $25. Thanks for watching, please like and sub, and I'll be seeing you on the next video.